All right, everybody. Scott Pierce here, Listings to Leads. Welcome to the call. And today we're going to be going over open houses. So type in, let me know if you got an open house this weekend. I want to make sure that we are going to have an awesome call. We're going to talk about getting listings, getting buyers. All right. Getting that listing sold is always a great idea. I know sometimes people will say open houses are a waste of time. You don't ever sell a home from an open house. Those are people that have either haven't done an open house in a while, haven't done them correctly, or just, I don't know, don't want to do open houses and are finding an excuse, because open houses are literally one of the best ways to get more listings, more buyers, and to get more exposure for that property. So welcome everybody in. Awesome. Sarah, good to see you. Judy, Tampa, Spring Hill, awesome. Lake Norman, perfect. Los Angeles and Tampa. Maritza, good to see you. Natalie from Carmichael, California. I know where you're at. So with that said, let's get over to listings2leads.com. Go ahead and log into your account. If you have a chance to do this with me, that would be absolutely awesome. I did put in the link to our school because I'm going to be rolling through that. And so if you have a chance, click on that link. Sarah, I just got you in there. If anybody else wants to do that in the next minute or so while we're just getting started, that'd be great. And Jeff, must be nice to be in Toronto where the weather is getting a little bit warmer, I hope. All right. Mid into March. I know here in California, man, we're hitting the mid 80s already. In fact, a little warm, but weather is always all over the place this time of year, right? What do they call it? The shoulder seasons. And having looked at the weather today, it's going to be, and in Florida, I'm sure you guys in Florida, 83. So yeah, it's going to be warm, but not too bad. All right, so let's get at it. So first of all, like I said, I'm going to jump into the school. And I see one more. Is it Aida Santiago? You are in. So again, if you haven't clicked on that link yet to join the school classroom, let me put it in one more time because I know some of you may have missed it real quickly here. Yeah, Neil, I saw that, dude. Los Angeles, 90 degrees. That is nuts. All right. So, and if you haven't clicked and you click the link after this, I will, after the call is done, I will make sure to get everybody in there. So if you're not in here during the call, I'll make sure to get you in after the call, no problem. So the thing about school is there's some, organizational things that I like about it. So I'm just going to walk you through this and then we're going to jump into the account and actually do it. So notice I'm just going to work my way down. Everything that is bold has items underneath it. So you see open house mastery. If I open it up, post open house seller lead gen, we're going to talk about that a little bit, and then open house marketing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to work my way down. And so if we think about the open house, there are three main parts to it. There's the pre-open house. That's what we're going to do all the marketing. We're going to walk through that today to make sure that we've got as much exposure as possible. Then we have the open house itself. So how do we conduct the open house to make sure that we actually leverage all of the traffic coming through? I swear, I see probably 85% of the open houses I go to are absolutely pathetic is not the right word, but under optimized, absolutely, because the agent is just clueless. All right. How do we relate this? Dude, everything I'm talking about. Everything I'm talking about, you would do even if it's borrowed. So thank you for mentioning that. But yeah, whether it's your listing or borrowed, you're going to do all of this stuff. All right. There's only one thing you don't do, and I'll point that out a little bit later. All right. So we got the pre-open house, we got the open house itself, and then we got the post-open house. So after the open house, all right, what actions can we take after the open house to get more seller leads, to get more listings? I'm going to scroll back up here. So we got open house mastery. So open house mastery, I really should. You know what, in fact, I'm going to do? I'm going to if I can do it right now, maybe I can't. Let me see. Yes, because, and then I'm going to change edit folder, and I'm going to say pre open house marketing. And then I'm going to say at the open house mastery, and then post. That way it's just a little bit more dialed into what we're talking about here. So gosh, I hate when that happens. Give me a second here. All right, so pre-open house marketing, and I'm going to move that above. In fact, I'm going to bring that, well, I'll do it later. So the pre-open house marketing, that's the market listing button inside of listings to leads. So when we're in listings to leads, we click the green market listing button. That are all the activities that we're going to do today on this call. One item that is not in here is Instagram stories using links and polls, and also doing TikTok. The beautiful thing about Instagram stories is they flow over to Facebook, which is awesome. And I've got links right here, how to do Instagram story with links and polls. So that will take you to a quick video, and it's like 5 minutes long. View live Instagram stories for open houses. So you can see some examples here. View story. And check this out, open house in Granite Bay, view photos, details, and more. And that actually links to the single property website. And there's a lot of great lead capture at the property website. My next story, open house. And notice, get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So I'm linking to a landing page where they can download my guide, which would be awesome for a potential home buyer. And then I've got polls on all of these so people can tap and interact with my poll. Here, a little video clip. I'm not doing a full video. This is not a full property video. It doesn't have to be something even I'm in. It can just be a little video clip of the property. And you can do this if you're borrowing the listing as well. It may not be as easy to go get a video clip if it's not your listing, but you can certainly use different images, right? Image of the front one day, image of the kitchen the next, living room the next day, backyard the next day, and so on. So here's another one, the free ultimate guide to buying a home. And all of you, today is Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday. And if you're doing open house Sunday, that is 6 opportunities to do stories using different images of that property or different little video clips. And here's the last one, open house Saturday through Sunday, waterfront. And you know what this is? And for those of you that have Grok or some sort of like image to video creator, I just drop the image into Grok, and then it does this right here. It does that little like motion. So that was just the image. And if I go back, I'll play it again for you. So this was just an image of the deck, and I threw it into Grok, and it gave me a quick little like 6-second video clip. And open house details. Oh, let's go back. Let me go back to that one. Let's look at the open house, because that was going to the property website. Yeah. And even though, oh yeah, perfect, beautiful, awesome. So that is, again, that's in the school. So right there, you'll see it. Then we got the marketing. So we're going to go through this today in some detail. Then we got open house mastery. I'm just going to touch on this right now, but we've got a lot of great info, and a lot of it's right here. So there is a presentation, a PDF, and a checklist that is inside of your account. When I click this link in the school, it will actually take me to the presentation here. And I see a bunch more people, so I'm going to real quickly. Jeff Cowan got you. Wilbur Williams got you. Valerie got you. Kayla got you. Aaron got you. All right, so you're all in. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to update to let you know that you're in, but I have accepted all of you. So check this out, Open House Mastery. The guide and the checklist relate to the presentation. Now, keep in mind, an open house in its greatest form is a production. It is a performance. It is something that is, that you think about, that is deliberate, all right? That is something that, is very, involved. If you want to be lazy and you just want to show up 5 minutes early, flip the lights on, stand there, maybe have a couple of flyers, go for it. You can totally do that if you want. But if you want to maximize this, if you want to get business from this, if you want to build a brand in the area that people notice and remember, then this is what you're going to do. And you're not going to get all this done in one day. You're not going to learn and get great at it in 1 or 2 weeks necessarily. But if you commit yourself to it, that's why we do these calls like every week or two, because we want to make sure that you've got the resources and the live training and help to get this done. And so this presentation right here, this right here is a masterclass on how to conduct an open house. And it goes through a few other things as well, such as selecting an open house, whether it's your listing or borrowed, because we want to make sure that we do an open house at a good listing. So you may have a listing of yours that you're doing an open house at, but maybe next weekend you find another listing that's actually better than even your listing. And that is possible. Just depends on your listing, and it depends on the listing that you can find to hold open. Because not all listings are equal when it comes to generating buyers and sellers from it. Okay. So I'm not going to go through this entire presentation. This right here would take over an hour to go through, but you really need to make sure that you go through this a little bit later. And this is the part we're going to go through today. So this is open house marketing and lead gen. So this is, again, that green market listing button in your account. So this is what we're going to go through all day, or not all day today, but today. Talk about neighborhood exclusives. All right. These are phenomenal. So if you're a listing agent, that would be appropriate for you. So anyways, go through this a little bit later, because there's just so much there, so much there. A couple of things I'm going to mention here as well that is not inside of the presentation, because these are kind of add-ons that came from clients. One is have your 100 plus point home marketing plan at the open house, because, and I just talked to a client yesterday, he's gotten 10 listings in 10 weeks using Listings to Leads. And one of the things he does is he prints this up, right? And I'm going to show you where this is in your account. He prints that up and he has it at his open house. And I'll walk through a little bit of verbiage on that a little bit later. But again, if I click the link right here, there's a couple of different versions you can use, but the default one would be this one. And I got it linking right to yours. So when you click that link, it'll link to your, and I can download it right here. So I can download this PDF. It's going to be like 25, 26, 27 pages. And take it over to FedEx, take it to Staples, get it printed and bound, and do a nice job of it, because this can be something that you use over and over and over again. You can use it for months, because when you're having an open house and you got people coming through, one of the things that you're going to do is you're going to mention to people after they sign in, my 100 point home marketing plan to get home sold in the area is sitting on the table over there. If you'd like to take a look at it, please feel free. And anyone that owns a home is going to want to look at that. They're going to want to take a look at it. So they're going to go over, they're going to pick it up, they're going to start looking at it. And that is one of the best conversation starters with a potential seller lead. Make sense? Are you able to, what do you mean by able to edit the marketing plan? Like, what would you want to edit? Yes, there are some things that you can edit, but at the same time, you don't need to overcomplicate it, right? You definitely don't need to overcomplicate it. But yeah, there are a few things you can edit. You can add the introduction. You can take out the coming soon. You can even select the listing photos that you want that are populating it. And I actually create a custom one in my account, and I'll point it out to you a little bit later. We cover this in the expired training a lot. And we also cover it in the webinar about listing presentations that we do. All right. Another thing that is phenomenal is playing that video from your Listings to Leads account on either a TV, a tablet, or a laptop. Because again, it's one of those things that a lot of people, if they see that video, and right here, see how to find it. So if you click that link right there, this will take you right into your Listings to Leads account. And that video is going to be right there. And if you don't see it, type in 100, as in 100-point home marketing plan, hit search. But it's usually going to be this one. If I mouse, notice it says Facebook, YouTube short video, Facebook, YouTube long video, and then I got a vertical video here. So you can literally play it from here if you want to. I can just play this video. I'm going to turn the sound off. I can play that video right from here on a laptop if I have access to the seller's TV, and I've downloaded it and put it up on my YouTube channel. I can play it on the TV. That is killer. Oh my God. Especially if the seller's got a big TV and you just got this playing in silent mode on the TV. It's 5 minutes long. So I just, loop it every so often. Just go by and, have the controller just hit play again. This, I'm telling you, again, if somebody's sitting there looking at it and watching it, you can just mention to them, hey, by the way, I've got a hard copy of that right over there on the table. If you'd like to take a look at it, please feel free. And oh, by the way, do you own a home? Would you like to have a copy of this? I can get you a copy via text, via email. I can drop one off. I can mail it to you because there's a link and there is the print version. All right. Someone says I'm frozen. Everybody will be good to go. Let me know. Type in real quickly if you can hear and see me okay, or if I need to do something. Let me know real quickly. Are we good? We're good. Okay. Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. And I actually downloaded it because you can download it from the media library. So I downloaded it. All right. Absolutely phenomenal. And you can just take my video description, edit it for however you want, upload that to your YouTube channel. And then the last thing, and then we'll come back to the post open house a little bit later. The last thing I'm going to mention here that you'll want to take a look at is having some of these, all the PDF guides have print flyers, and you can print them. And it's awesome to have a couple of these for the buyer guides, have a couple for the seller guides at your open house. Check this out. And that goes right to the landing page, and they can download the guide right here. And it will download to their, so I just have a couple of stands. I've also got some vertical stands like this one right here. And when I'm not at open house, I just kind of put them all together in my open house box, put a rubber band around them so they try to stay clean. I don't want them banging around and getting all jacked up. So take a look at that as well, because again, what do we want to do? I want to make sure everybody coming through that open house who has the potential of being a buyer or a seller has things to engage with, in addition to the open house sign-in form. All right. All right. With that, let's go back. So I've logged into Listings to Leads. I am going to go back to the dashboard so we can start clean, because when you log in, you'll be on the dashboard. I'm going to go to Listings. If you need help getting the listing into your account, ask our support team. Once the listing is in, hopefully it's coming in from a data feed. To add the open house, if you need to, click over on the kind of the far right where it says add open house. And you can add the open house here. One other thing I'm going to mention just briefly, and you should do this for every listing every time. Click edit. And so let me back up real quickly, because sometimes I click and I don't tell you what I'm clicking until after. Under the address, there is a view. That's the property website. And then edit. Click edit. And there's the open house. I can add open house right here, but I want to mention photos always. And this is for a ton of reasons, because a lot of times, especially for you people that do 40, 50, 60 photos, it is so annoying for people to have to go through 10, 15, 20 photos to see the backyard, to see the pool, to see, the primary bedroom, maybe. All right. Whatever it is, rearrange. All right. Just drag and drop the photos, rearrange the photos so that the best 4 or 5 are in the first 4 or 5 spot. All right. So please make sure that you've just come in here, because otherwise you've got like front of the house, front of the house, front of the house, front of the house, then like kitchen, 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 kitchen. And and it doesn't show great on the e-flyers, the print flyers, the Facebook ads. So all the marketing, when it's pulling the first maybe 4 to 5 photos, it just kind of looks a little bit weird. And so I like to, I might have 40 photos, but just drag and drop the best 4 to 5 photos to be the first 4 to 5 photos. Make sense? So do that. And also one more little thing here. We are moving to our new platform. So we've actually built out the entire code base of listings to leads, and we're migrating people to it. New people that are signing up are actually going into the brand new platform. So your account may look a little bit different. If everything should be pretty similar though. So there shouldn't really be too much that is not similar. But if you are on the new platform and there's something that you're missing or don't get, please call support, get a hold of us. We'll walk you through it. We'll make sure you're good to go. And hopefully within like the next 2 to 3 weeks, everybody is going to be on the new platform, and I'll be training on that as well. So for those of you, again, who are on the new platform, anything looks a little bit different, just get with our support team. We'll get you a quick walkthrough, make sure you're good to go, and you'll be good. All right. So I'm going to click market listing, and you can also click the green market listing button in your account. And one of the first things I'm going to do real quickly here is I'm going to go, and this may seem a little bit counterintuitive. You may be like, well, why would he go to the yard sign? Because if you have a chance, please. And if you don't do it this week, just do it so that you can then have it ready for next time. But you need to get a status thing on the top. All right. So what you can do today easily is get this from your association, $8. Even in California, I think it was like $7.50. So I'm sure if you're outside of California, hopefully it's cheaper. And get a acrylic flyer box which you can get at the association as well, and put the open house flyers on that yard sign. If you don't have this yet, you've got to order these. All right. You want these on your yard sign. And so you can download this. So downloaded, and you can actually order. It's super, super easy. If you go to Dirt Cheap Signs, click that link right there and just click. It doesn't matter, because what you're going to do is, I'm not even going to use that one. I'm going to upload. So I can upload, and there's different sizes. So this is 9x24. I'm going to upload the image that I just downloaded right there. All right, hit next. And then I'm going to click that, and I can delete that one. All right, expand it. Boom. Boom. I'll just drag it. And stretch, best fit. There we go. Or I can fit canvas. There we go. Awesome. And then I can even ask our people, if I want to bleed it all the way to, I can do that as well. Just ask for support and they can do that. Do save and checkout. And, the only bad thing with this is, yes, I approve. I can do double-sided. I can do plastic or aluminum. The aluminum's like 23. The plastic corrugated is like 14. The plastic corrugated is still pretty good quality. You're going to just want to make sure you take care of it when it's not in use. But the aluminum and these codes, they stay in your account, so I can move this sign writer from listing to listing to listing. And there's a few more options. The only bad thing about ordering from here is going to be the shipping is like $20. If you do it locally, it may be cheaper for you. But again, this is a one-time investment, and some of the best quality seller leads and buyer leads are going to come from that yard sign if you do it right. So again, you're going to want to get you can do this today. All right, please don't think this is old school, because it actually works. I hear it consistently from people. Writer on the top. All right, writer on the top. Get your flyer box from the association, both of those from the association, and then you can drop in the listing flyers. All right, so check this out. I like that second one the best. Now, if it's not your listing, you probably can't do this, and that's fine, because we have a lot of other great ways. But if it's not your listing, you're still going to want these listing flyers for at the open house, obviously. Right? So check out these listing flyers. They're absolutely gorgeous. They got the QR code automatically. We got the text code automatically. We've got the domain for generating seller leads automatically. So this really is like a paper funnel into your online funnel. So as people grab this off the yard sign, right, they're going to look at it, and then they're going to go, oh, I want to see more information. Scan the QR code, send a text code. And then, when they go to the property website, we have all that great ways for people to engage with you, right? We got the PDF guides, we got the follow this home, we got schedule a tour, we've got when do you plan to buy, we can help, we got the home value landing page embed, we've got the 100-point home marketing plan in there. So you want to get those listing flyers on that yard sign ASAP. Sarah, that'll happen automatically. It should happen automatically. If not, click down here. It says text IVR, and you can assign or add, and then get that, and then you can associate it. And you can also, I can unassign a particular number and then reassign it to another listing. So yeah, you can do all that right there. Okie doke. So let's go back to our open house. So I mentioned the yard sign right now because that can sometimes take the longest to get done for you. And if you don't have time, ordering that sign writer, to get it before Thursday is going to be like an extra $50. So I'm not going to spend that. It's going to take about a week to get to you, but I would do that ASAP, because, to be able to let people drive by and just text off the yard sign. But also, again, having the listing flyers is phenomenal, because then people will take them home. And now they got the listing flyers sitting there at the home. People walking the dog, walking together, in the morning or in the evening, or people driving by and they see open house and they can kind of see a flyer box and they go grab a flyer from the box, right? So get that done. Get that done. All right. Now let's just kind of walk through a Facebook ad. So let me show you 2 Facebook ads. You can do video and you can do an image. In fact, this one here is the post open house, but let me show you. So when someone sees your ad on Facebook, before we do this, I want to show you. So this could be video or it could be an image, and people click. And the average cost per lead for open house in the last 7 days, $3.91, which is pretty darn good. So these questions right here, see these 3 questions? These are all customizable, and this is so important for your follow-up, because if you got the 3 questions that are the best for you, then your follow-up is going to be easier and better. And we've also got the AI follow-up, which I highly recommend. So check this out. What is your time frame to buy? There's over 20 questions to select from. Would you like me to send you current builder incentives or specials? So this would be something you might use if it was new construction. Would you like a list of price reduced homes for sale? That could be great too. All right. Name, email, and phone number, and they're going to hit continue, and they're going to go through to the single property website. Make sense? So check out how easy this is. We're in the work area. So Folsom, California, radius 15 miles, leave that alone. For an open house, never expand that location. You're just wasting money. Lifetime budget, which I recommend keeping. You really want to do $10 a day minimum, and then start and end date will be 1 week. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how it's 1 week by default. I'm just going to flip it to Sunday, and I'm going to say end it. I like to end it during the open house. So I'll end it at 3:40 p.m. I can edit the text. I can edit the image. I can upload a different video, or I can upload a video. I can upload a custom image, whatever I want. But that's it. That's all I have to do. Now, if I want to change those questions and make them a little bit more, appropriate for me and how I want to do the follow-up and what I want them to ask, click advanced options. It's really easy. And then create new form, because it's that Facebook lead form we're dealing with. And then right here, form questions. I mean, it doesn't get really any easier. Well, it'd be easier, I guess, if I did it for you, but I'm sorry. So, and notice we got, what is your time frame to buy is checked. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? That's checked. And then we've also got, do you have a home to sell? So if those are good for you, great. But we have a lot of other great questions that you can select from. Like there's the one, would you like me to send you current builder incentives? What's most important to you in your next home? With different buyer profiles. Would you like to be notified when similar listings hit the market? What's changing in your housing needs? See if you qualify for zero down. Desired move-in date, right? Your monthly rent budget, right? That's for rental. So not every single question is appropriate for a buyer, but there's a lot of great ones in here. All right. What's your desired price range? Are you working with a lender? Right? A ton of great questions. Are you buying a home when your home sells? I'm looking to buy, sell. Are you working with a lender? And you can even rearrange the order of the questions. So I can drag and drop those questions. And if you got any other questions that you think we should add, send them to me. So once I'm good, I'm just going to close advanced options and hit create ad. So it should literally take you about a minute at most. So my recommendations are confirm that the images are good, which they should be if I reordered them, like I talked about at the beginning, right? Under edit photos, drag and drop in the best order for the first 4 to 5, and then adjust my budget. If it's an open house, adjust the ending date if you need to, and then take a look at those questions and just say, hey, because now when I follow up, if they say just dreaming, what was the 3 question that I totally forget? It was probably, do you like a copy of my first time or my ultimate buyer's guide? And then do you have a home to sell? And I tell you, especially in a mid to upper range homes, it can be from 20 to 40% of people will say yes to having a home to sell. And that is a phenomenal follow-up, because now if I know you have a home to sell, or for example, if you like a list of price reduced homes for sale, or if you would like to be notified when similar listings hit the market, or if you like a list of builder incentives, I'm going to address that in my follow-up and make sure when I follow up with you as a lead, I'm going to mention what you wanted more information about. For example, the free list of for a list of price reduced homes for sale. I'm going to say, hey, great, I'm going to set you up for a list of price reduced homes for sale. I assume you like to have homes in this area in similar price range and size of a home. I just want to make sure I confirm that before I make this live for you and find out if there's anything else that you're looking for so I can make sure that you get the best list possible. Easy. And I would call them up and I would say that on a phone call. I would text that to them. That would be part of my email, because that way now every single lead can be addressed uniquely, instead of this kind of standard, we treat everybody the same. Hey, I saw you clicked on my open house ad. Can I help you? Right? It's like, well, not really. But now that you've got these questions that you can ask, now your follow-up is going to be a lot better. The second thing here is AI text follow-up. I mean, my gosh, this is so good. It typically qualifies about 10 to 12% of the leads coming through. Um, Everything from they've asked for more information, please send it to them, or they actually want you to call them, and here's the like, it won't give you typically like 3 o'clock on a Friday, but it will say like Friday afternoon or tomorrow afternoon or this weekend, because the lead is going to put that in there, like when they, when they want you to call them. And so they may phrase it differently, but it's awesome because now you'll get notified. So you get notified every time the lead responds. You get notified when the conversation initiates. And to turn this on, it's so easy. Just hit subscribe. Start with 50. You don't need more than that. Start with 50. Hit next. And for you, because I've done this back and forth, it'll just say confirm. And then the next page, it will have you select your AI agent name. And then from there, it'll say buyer leads, seller leads, or both. It'll take you about a minute to get the whole thing set up. And then that way, the very next lead, even if you got an ad already live, will be initiated with the AI text follow-up. So I highly recommend that. Next up, social media post. This will happen automatically, typically. If I like to edit that image just to be on the side. For those of you in the new system, we do that by default. You can change it to whatever you want, but it's a little bit different in the new, which I like even better. Right. So there's my social media post. And when people click that, they're going to link to, I'll show you an example of one here. So here's one. So this will go to Google, X, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram. And people click it, just like the ad, they go to the property website. All right. But unlike the ad, you're not going to get any information before they get there. They may fill out a lead form at the property website, but you will not get name, you'll not get email, you'll not get phone number, you'll not get the answers to whatever questions that you've got with the lead form. So, but we want to make sure that we get it out on social media. And we also want to make sure, remember, in the school classroom, that we've got the Instagram stories, and Instagram stories will go over to Facebook. And you can do kind of similar with TikTok. And you can also put those videos up on YouTube. All right, now this is for the listing agents only. These are 2 emails. One is a social media post. One is an e-flyer. And again, because I moved around my photos, so the top 4 or 5 are showing. The top 4 or 5, I can't remember if it's 5 or 4, will rotate through here. So it's not front of the house, front of the house, front of the house. It's front of the house. It's kitchen, then the living room, and then I think it's that wine cellar, and then it might be back to the front. Oh, backyard. Beautiful. 5 photos. So this right here is rotating the first 5 photos. And it's telling us stories, showing people the home. And now they're like, oh, wow, that's great. So we want to get this to the seller, because the seller will share this out on social media via email. And I'm telling you, some of the best leads you're going to get are going to come from this right here. Now, sometimes I'm going to want to make sure the leads hopefully are going into your CRM. If you've got a CRM like, Command, Bold, Sierra, Lofty, Follow Up Boss, the leads from Listings to Leads can go to all those CRMs automatically. Just go to your profile, lower left, click on the profile. there's a tab called CRM integrations, and make sure all these leads are getting there, because this has a potential of generating a few dozen leads, which are awesome. So what you're going to do, click send a seller. In fact, if you haven't done this before, it may say add seller info. So either way, click the green button. If it's not there, add their email, and you can add a couple of emails, and right there's their name, and click send. And do the same thing right now for the e-flyer. Now, I didn't show you the e-flyer, but check this out. When people click the e-flyer, now this is not the e-flyer for your database. That's a better one because it's more appropriate for your database. But the one for the seller goes right to the property website. I mean, it's got your signature at the bottom, all right? And so again, just click the green send a seller button. And now here's what's going to happen. These two emails are going to go to the seller. You are going to be CC'd, so you're going to know, and it'll let you know that the seller got them. And then I want you to call the seller up and say something to the effect of, hey, Susan, this is Scott. Want to let you know we got the open house coming up this weekend from 1 to 4 p.m. Just want to make sure we're still good to go. It's on Zillow. It's on Realtor.com. We've done some Facebook and Instagram ads. We got some social media stuff out. And we have a lot more that we're getting ready to do and to have a phenomenal open house this coming weekend. And in part of that, I sent you a couple of emails. One is a post to put up on your Facebook page and an email for you to share with everybody you know, because in this market, you likely know people who know people that would love to move to the neighborhood. And we just want to make sure that we don't leave any stones unturned to get you the strongest offers possible. So if you can put that in your Facebook page and then share that to people via email, that'll help ensure we get the widest audience possible. Right. And the seller's going to go, oh, wow, that's phenomenal. Right. The sellers love this. I've never had anybody tell me the sellers hated it. Right. And don't make excuses for your seller. And if your seller says, I just can't do it, that's fine. But talk about promoting your brand, generating leads from one of the best lead sources out there, the seller's sphere of influence. Oh my gosh, this is so good. All right, this is so good. Okay. Suzanne, is there a way to first have leads so the source is imported into listings to leads? No, but this is the open house webinar, but no. Yeah. We do. Join us tomorrow because we do the expired 3 of them tomorrow. So make sure you go to leadgenwebinars.com and join us for that. All right. So now here we go. Nearby homeowner letter. This right here. Now we got postcards and door hangers, but who's going to send a postcard or a door hanger for an open house? Not too many people. I just talked to an agent yesterday. In fact, I can't wait for his interview video to come up. 10 listings in 10 weeks using expireds and our 100-point home marketing plan. He does open houses using listings to leads. And this is a guy, all right, top producer. So I just say that because none of you should have an excuse. And this is part of picking an open house. If I pick an open house, I want to make sure I'm doing it for a listing that I can door knock and circle prospect. Because if you're too good to door knock, for whatever reason you think you're too good to door knock, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, but you're missing out. You're handicapping yourself of not getting the full benefit. Right? We want to make sure that we invite the neighbors to the open house. And this guy, he calls 200. He makes 200 dials a week. Top producer. Brings a listing in a week, has buyers on top of that. So that's more than one deal a week on average that he's doing. Probably 1.5 deals a week he's doing. He's still making 200 calls a week. He's got a VA making 200. He's got another person doing 200. Together, he said the 3 of them do 600 calls a week. All right. So he circle prospects, those open houses. He circle prospects coming soon because he's able to do coming soon. And he circle prospects the just solds. So for the letter right here, let me see here. Yeah. So for the letter here, you want to get this to the neighbors. Now you can door knock, you can just door drop, whatever you want, but you want to invite all the neighbors to the open house. The nearby homeowner letter, and if you got time and you want to do the postcard or door hanger, that's totally fine. It's just not very convenient because a lot of people, the lead time on it doesn't really work so well for most people. So find a couple of hours. I promise you, you all have a couple of hours this week between now and Saturday or Sunday to go door knocking. Put on a pair of comfortable shoes and print up 100 of these and start door knocking. All right. There's really, I know too many top producers. I know too many people that have had phenomenal success with this for you to have any kind of like, well, I can't door knock. All right. Well, first of all, I would make sure I pick an area where I can, because again, you're limiting yourself by probably 50% if you are not doing this. All right. This is one of the top ways to get listings and start meeting the neighbors. So why is this letter so powerful? Well, A, it's an invitation to the open house. You will see an open house mastery where if you have a neighborhood preview, like Thursday from 6 to, let's say 5 to 7 p.m. or 6 to 8, whatever it is, you can actually edit this letter so that it becomes a neighborhood preview invitation. So either way, it lets them know about the open house. It gives them a text code, a QR code they can scan. We got the domain right there. And then it says, when this home is sold, it will affect your home's value, right? Inviting them to get a home value right here. Now, again, this home value landing page is embedded into the single property website as well. So if they go to the property website via text or QR code, or they type in, they're going to see I got a 3D tour, I got my professional photos, I got an area video, maps and local, my 100-point home marketing plan, my client reviews, and there's my embed for the home value. So our single property websites are not only just absolutely gorgeous, they are really a work of art for helping get the home sold and generating buyer and seller leads directly from the property website. Most of these property websites are using, contact me or schedule a tour, which most people don't do. But with all of the other things that we've got in there, they engage a lot better. So, and here's the circle prospecting script. So again, none of you are too good to be calling. Right here, Aaron, it says nearby homeowner letter. So for any listing, you click the market listing button, you're going to see the nearby homeowner letter right there. All right. So here's the circle prospecting script. Now I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to go to my main classrooms, expired pipeline builder. And right here, and there's a reason why I'm kind of doing this. So I'm going to give you a link. Daily add 5 to 10 expireds. This is an affiliate link from us for My Plus leads. And let me drop that in. So this is some of the language around this is for expireds, where you can get 6 months of back data, which normally you only get 1 month in a free trial. But if you don't have a data source for getting the phone numbers and information for circle prospecting, get it. All right. Get it. You're not too good to circle prospect. You're not too busy to circle prospect. And if you are too busy to circle prospect, then you got enough money to hire an assistant to do it for you. So between you or your assistant, get the circle prospecting done. One of the things that Leo was telling me that he does is, I think, what was it for? Because he was telling me he's got a way of incentivizing people. I'll have to look that back up in the video again. But, so like if a lead comes to the open house and they end up like buying or selling whatever it is, that they get like a nice, like a $500 check. All right. So, incentivizing your people a little bit, but you shouldn't even have to do that for the basic stuff. But yeah, call through. And it's a great script. So whether you door knocked or not, there's two versions. And so we're essentially just calling you up and say, hey, Gwen, Scott here, XYZ Realty in Folsom. Want to let you know we're having an open house at 15 Ambient Way on Sunday from 1 to 4. It's just right around the corner from you. You can also text 10006 to 25678 if you'd like to get the virtual tour, right? Or you can call back this number, text me here, and I can send it out to you. With the way the market is right now, I just want to make sure we're just making sure to let all the neighbors know. We expect a phenomenal turnout. We're doing a lot of great marketing, so we're pretty excited to be at the property on Sunday from 1 to 4. And also when this home sells, it's going to affect the home values of all the properties around it. And because if you're using My Plus Leads, you're going to have their name, their email, their phone number most of the time. And just say, would Gwen@gmail.com be the best email to send an updated home value to once this property closes escrow? Something like that. So call them to invite them to the open house. Hopefully they got the nearby homeowner letter, and you're going to get a lot more neighbors coming through, a lot more potential listings coming through. And that's what we want. All right. That's what we want. Does that make sense? All right. Next up for the database. And we're coming in hot. So for your database, we got a flyer. And if you're doing an open house, I would highly recommend this flyer. It has a link to the property website. All right, just like before. It's not going to Gmail. It's not going to Google Maps, which I see so many of you doing. This is going to the home value landing page, so they can get their home value, right? And then it's got your listings to lead signature. And you can send this from your CRM, or you can send this from listings to leads. There's my client review website. So all my reviews, 100-point home marketing plan, right? A lot of other great goodies right there. So you want to get this e-flyer to your leads. So there's a couple of ways you can do this. One is if your leads are going to your CRM, you can just copy this. And I will do this where I open up in another tab. Imagine this is Follow Up Boss. This could be Command. This could be whatever, right? You're going to go and just create an email blast. And I'm just going to say open house in Folsom, Sunday, 1 to 4 p.m. Hit next. And you'll see how just ridiculously easy this is. I'm just going to paste it in there. And I'm just going to get rid of my tag and make sure your tag is good. Because every CRM, the tag is a little bit different for first name. And look at that. Absolutely perfect. So get that into Follow Up Boss, get that into Lofty, get that into whatever. Now you can also send it through Listings to Leads. So if you don't have a CRM, send it through Listings to Leads. And just, right, boom, send now, schedule, copy code. Yes, My Plus Leads is completely different. You're going to use My Plus Leads. And as it relates to Listings to Leads, you're going to expireds, FSBOs, canceleds, circle prospecting, okay, all that kind of stuff, mailing to a neighborhood. So there's a lot of great use cases in using it in conjunction with Listings to Leads, but you don't bring leads into Listings to Leads from it, like, because we're not a CRM, so you're not going to connect listing My Plus Leads to us. Now you can use us as kind of a CRM if you don't have one, because you got under the leads tab, you can make notes, you can add actions, you can add to follow-up plans, right? We have a lot of CRM type of things, but we're just not a full-blown CRM, if that makes sense. All right, database call script. You got to call through your database. You're going to see this in the open house training on the school. All right, calling through your database again. If you're not calling through your database, I don't really know what to tell you. Um, how serious are you about your business if you're not calling through your database? The beautiful thing about is this is not an ask. This is not it's not one of those things where we're trying to get something from them. This is just, hey, we got an open house coming up on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. And I just wanted to invite you to it. It's over on 143 Maple Drive in Folsom. Would love to see you there. And for a great call to action here on the bottom, let's say they own a home. Let's say you see they own a home, but they're not in the farm area. You might offer them. You might say, hey, listen, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free comparative market analysis for all of my clients and VIPs. And I know you're not thinking about selling anytime soon, but I would love to do one for you. It just takes me a few minutes, but it helps me keep tabs on what's going on in the market. Would Gwen@gmail.com be the best email to send that to when I do those a little bit later this week? All right. Just make an offer of something kind of easy for them, but mention the open house, which is phenomenal because it's an activity. And then if you want, if you feel comfortable, make an offer, right? There's a version that they own a home in the area, and there's a version of the ending to where you can get a follow-up with them if they are a buyer. So again, use the database call script. If I were to ask you come Friday, how many people in your database did you call? And you tell me 0, I'm just going to be like, are you serious about your business? Because obviously, you don't mind generating leads, and you don't mind hiding behind an email or maybe even a text message. But when it comes to your voice and potentially actually talking to people, this is sales. All right. I hate to break it to people, but in sales, we want to be meeting people and talking to people. Email is great for breaking the ice or a text message, what have you. But the more we talk and the more we meet people, that's where it's at. All right. Last thing right now is there is a short form video script. So get yourself over to that open house this week, record a video, and you might want to do 3 or 4 videos if you got the wherewithal. These could be stories. These could be reels. These could be a post. You got Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all right, all sorts of great things where this video can be used. And I think we're pretty much done. Yeah, your single property website. So all of these marketing tools are going to point to the property website, right? The virtual tour, the only difference is the virtual tour, if it's a photo, it's just going to pan and zoom a little bit. Otherwise, it's the same. Open house sign-in form. I didn't even mention this. So make sure completely customizable. There's a print version. There's an online version. And I'm going to show you, let me show you in a minute, a couple of links to Canva of editable, the seller requests you to sign in form. So give me a minute. I'm going to show you that. But there's an online version. And Leo said he uses this one. And he makes sure everyone signs in. He goes, they will sign in or they don't tour the property. I don't have a realtor. Hit continue. And notice we're going to send them automatically, unless they uncheck, the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. Right? Name, email, phone number. And all of this is completely editable. I can turn off questions, delete questions, add questions, edit questions, reorder questions. I can reorder the, which page shows first on the form itself. I've got a print version. Any edits I make to the online version will go to the print version as well. And then I've got a QR code. So make sure people are signing in. All the open house leads will flow through here, but also to your CRM, like we talked about before. Let me go back. I just wish there was a way to verify. Yeah. I mean, people are going to do what they're going to do, but that's why we offer the guide that we've got. Okay. But yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Back at the school. Hold on one second here. Let me show you. And I'm under the expired. So let me go to classroom open house. And because I want to show you the we've got a link to Canva where there's some editable sheets. Let me see. I'm gonna give you the direct link. So hold on one second. Please sign in. So here we go. So I'm gonna give you this link right there. And if you want this flyer, and this, sometimes people put this on a flyer stand. They put it on the door. They may have a copy of this on the door and then a copy near the open house sign-in sheet itself. If you want this, what you'll do is you'll request access. I will give you view only, and then you're going to come over here and go file, make a copy so it downloads into your Canva account. It's a free Canva account. If you don't have one, I'm sure you do. And then that way you can edit the image and you can edit whatever else you want here. But we got it set up so because they will get in the autoresponder, they're going to get the link to the property website. So it's like a digital property flyer. And they're also going to get the guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. So you just might, as people are signing in, you can say, after you sign in, you will get the link to the property website. You can download the flyers from there if you want to. And also you're going to get my free guide, 6 things to check before buying a home. And so that's kind of a little bit of a bonus to get them to use the correct information, if that makes sense. Neil said, in school, the nearby homeowner letter is after you did the open house. All right. So I'll just spend a quick minute on this because all of everything, right? Post open house. So if you read this first, all right. So, don't just jump into here. Read the stuff up on the top first, because it'll kind of lay it out for you. So there's an ad, there's a post, there's an email to my database. There's a lot of stuff, right? Everything we do for marketing the open house, we're going to redo it after the open house. So it's not just the nearby homeowner letter. It's an ad, it's a post, it's everything. In fact, you're going to see here, right here, right? Attention Folsom homeowners. We hosted an open house, 15 a.m. 8 way in Folsom on Saturday. 23 people came through the open house, which shows great demand for homes in the Whitney Oaks neighborhood. If you have a 3 to 4 bedroom home, so this could be a great post, it could be a great ad, it could be a great video. And so right here, I kind of talk you through, right, 7 ways of generating seller leads after the open house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I give you a sample, like update post open house. Right, 23 people came through the open house, which shows great demand for homes in the Whitney Oaks neighborhood. I'll be following up with them as some really like this home, but others wanted something different, but still in the Whitney Oaks neighborhood. If you have a 3 to 4 bedroom home with 2 bathrooms and at least 2,000 square feet, thinking about selling this year, what price would make you consider looking at an offer? Our 100 plus point home marketing plan is getting a lot of great exposure for this home, and buyer interest is strong. So you're just going to reword this as appropriate for you and your listing in your area and your open house. All right. Text or call me or click below. So that's just your agent website from Listings to Leads. And then I got the property website link right there. And then so what I like to do is write that up first, and then I just use it in doing an ad, a social media post. And I can do this Monday or Tuesday after the open house is over with. All right, and I show you where to, find things. The nearby homeowner letter. All right, that's editable. In fact, you can click here let me see, for a Canva link. So you can either edit the one in list, you can edit the nearby homeowner letter in listings to leads, or you can edit the one in Canva. For some of you, editing the one in Canva might be a little bit easier if you're kind of more familiar and comfortable with Canva. For some of you, editing the one in listings to leads will be easier. So it just depends on what you want to do. You got options. Again, circle prospecting those homeowners after the open house. All right. So literally, I'm going to call the same 100 people or so that I called circle prospecting before. I'm going to call them after. Right. Hey, Neil, Scott here. We had the open house on Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. at 15 Ambient Way right near you. And we just wanted to send out an update to everybody to let them know. We had 23 people coming through the open house, which was awesome. It was great to see so many people excited about moving or getting a home in the Whitney Oaks neighborhood. And we're following up with everybody right now. And the reason I'm calling is because a lot of the people, they love the neighborhood. And a few people love the property, but there's still like 18 or so of the people that are still looking in the area, but for just something else. And I would love to find out if you're thinking about selling your home at some point this year. I would love to put you on my interest list so that when you are ready, we can get some of these buyers to maybe take a look at your home. And if you've got a number in mind for accepting an offer, would love to get that and see what we can do for you. You know what I mean? So circle prospecting after the open house is absolutely phenomenal because now I'm leading with, it's going to be interesting to them because they live there. They're going to be somewhat curious. And even if I leave a message, right, I would, reframe that a little bit, leave it as a message. I'm going to send an email to my database. I'm going to do a video on TikTok and Instagram. All right. I'm going to do like I said, social media post. And I'm also going to make sure I email all open house attendees. Now, really quick from Leo, again, who I interviewed yesterday, 10 listings in 10 weeks using listings to leads. He does a video greeting to every open house attendee. And what he does, he records the video, puts it up on YouTube as unlisted or private, and then sends them the YouTube link. And that way now they're more dialed into his YouTube channel, which I thought was kind of smart. Kind of cool, right? A great way to and one of the things that Leo said, he goes, because we're asking about videos. Do you think I really want to do video? He goes, I don't want to do video, but he goes, I have to do video. And so for a lot of you, if you're not comfortable doing a full on TikTok video, what have you, you might consider starting with a video thank you, right, to the open house attendees after the open house, because that's a great way to get a little bit more comfortable. Take a stand, right? Take a little tripod, set your phone on it if you want to do it that way, or you want to walk around and do this as well, you can, or selfie stick, right? Or like I said, maybe set up a little ring light, or come back to your office at home or whatever and do it from here, right? Do it from your office if you're more comfortable. But getting in front of these people, all right, first of all, it's nice to just acknowledge that they were there and to thank them and what have you. But then it just gets them more comfortable seeing and hearing you. Make sense? So I did drop in a post-webinar satisfaction survey. Would love to make sure that you fill that out to make sure that I'm providing you actionable content that is going to help you grow your business. The last thing I'll say, unless there's other questions, is keep in mind again, getting good at an open house is like getting good at a performance, getting good at a production. It's not going to happen in 1 week. You're going to have to, I don't want to say, commit. You're going to have to just get good at it. There's a lot of moving parts to it, but there's a lot of ways that you can really take this and take it to the next level. So Donna, you're in there. Paul, you're in there. Libby, you're in there. Everybody else. All right. Accept. Good. All right. Perfect. Let me just get a few more of these people so that we are all good before I leave you. Donna. All right. One more. Boom. Perfect. All right. Everybody that asked should be in there. If you're not, let me know. And with that, Al, thank you so much. Aaron, thank you. I appreciate that. And Neil, thank you. Jan, awesome. I appreciate that as well. And don't forget, last item I'll mention is your listings to leads. Goodness, did I close out? Is your affiliate link. So make sure if you're going to let people know about listings to leads, click on the affiliate link. And if it's not set up yet, it'll ask you to put in a PayPal email and then do that. You'll get your link right here and you can share that link with people. And they get 21 free days versus the 14 at our website. We got e-flyers that you can share. We have a social media post. We got a print flyer. So if you're like a office trainer and your office doesn't have a account with us, so it's just you as an agent, but maybe you're a trainer at the office, print the flyer up, right? And have that as part of your training so people can scan the QR code and sign up under your affiliate link. And that way, when you're doing the training, now you got more people using listings to leads at your office or your group. All right. We have a lot of coaches, a lot of trainers using it. And so it's a great way to get more people in there. All right. All right, everybody. Awesome. Sarah, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Perfect. All right. All right. Get into the mastermind group. If you have anything else, I'm always in there. Vince is in there. We'll make sure to help you out as needed. But come on. I want you to knock it out of the park. I want you to be the agent that other people, both consumers and agents, go, my gosh, right? That's Sarah, that Wilbur, that Neil, that Victor, man, they operate at a high level. We want to be like them, right? And so that's how I want you to be. And I want the neighbors to go, man, Victor, that's who I want to work with, right? Because these neighbors, they see agents coming into open houses all the time, right? Neighbors that's been there for 5-10 years, right? Which is a perfect time for getting ready to sell. And they've seen agents schlepping through for a decade, right? And they see these sad open houses, and then they see you coming through, and you're just knocking it out of the park. You're getting people coming through, right? You got balloons like you'll see in Open House Mastery. They come through. You have a little bit of music playing like you'll see in Open House Mastery. You got a little bit of a layout there, just like we talk about Open House Mastery. You got the flyers, you got the video, you got the open house sign in. They go, my God, this is the kind of person that we want to work with, right? Not that sad open house down the street with another agent, right? That you are going to just look, right? The difference between you and them, that's what we want. We want to create a gap where everybody, buyers and sellers, go, this is the kind of person I want to work with. So with that, everybody, get out of here, get to work. And again, let me know if you have any questions in the mastermind group. We'll talk to you soon.